you and I had a nice little chat with one of these guys in this game, and they did say, look, I'm always competing against the opposite quarterback. If I play better than he does, I think my team has an advantage.
Makes the handshake afterwards a little sweeter, too. Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. On the return, Jabril Peppers. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led by a former national champion at Alabama. It's A.J. McCarron.
Has a great reputation as a winner and as a leader. But don't let that be the only thing you think about when you think about A.J. McCarron. Good right arm, good mobility, just knows how to move the team up and down the field.
This is Isaiah Crowell. And right away, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Browns coming back on the field, and not to add more negative stats to what Cleveland's got going on. But
you're going to, aren't you?
Stop it, I am. They're 0-8 for the second consecutive season. That's the first time that's happened since the 93-94 Cincinnati Bengals.
Something about Ohio,
I was going to say.
Something about Ohio that they don't want to hear about because we know Ohio is a serious football state. Only the 4th time that's happened in the Super Bowl era. My man Hugh Jackson, now 1-23 with Cleveland, 14 of those losses by double digits. But I still feel like there's a building plan in place. They just need to continue to acquire play.
Yeah, and there's so much pride in that city. You got to get a winner there sometime.
When they get one, it's going to be incredible.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. The handoff, running left, Crowell. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. They'll run it again with Crowell. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. And a peek now at the offense for Cleveland.
Isaiah Crowell is a talented running back, and I would use him like a boxer that's controlling the ring. Come at him with different angles, meaning let him run the ball inside, let him run to the perimeter, get him out in space and throw the football to him. The more touches he has in a game, the better his effect on the overall outcome.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's McCarron. And he's got his tight end in Njoku. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Corral. And he is knocked down from the side. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And now the Lions' defensive starters.
It's hard to believe that a guy can get double-digit sacks in the NFL, and we can still describe him as raw, but that's the case for Ziggy Ansah, who went to BYU, mainly as a track and field guy, gravitated towards football, became a starter for 1 season, and then moved into the NFL. A lot of potential left to scratch for him, a lot more pass rush moves left to be added, but he is a scary, scary prospect.
Second down, here's Crowell. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap from McCarron. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The 8th-year man from Tennessee, this is Britton Colquitt on to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Detroit slipped below 500 last week with a loss to Pittsburgh, now at 3-4. Matthew Stafford, he did throw for a season-high 423 yards. Surprisingly, he didn't have a touchdown pass in that game.
And this is where I think the running game hurts Detroit a little bit, because you remember they got down there and went for it on 4th and goal and got stacked up, and then every other time they got close to the goal line, when it became a 4th down decision, they kicked field goals. So Matthew Stafford throwing the football like crazy, but if that running game could open things up just a little bit more, I know he'd find the end zone with a few more touchdown passes.
A first carry for Amir Abdullah, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
second down. Here's Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's third down. And we look now at the Lions offense.
One way I really judge a player's value is when opponents know what your strengths are, yet they still can't take that away. That tells me you're a heck of a player. For Theo Riddick, everyone knows about his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, yet he's still the primary target for Matthew Stafford on just about any passing situation.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
Has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is taken around the 12. And that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Before the offense gets going again, league-wide story here. You and I got a kick out of Juju Smith-Schuster post-game comments because he had a long touchdown, and he said he kept looking over his shoulder because his Madden rating was only an 82 or an 83, thought he was going to get caught.
Yeah, you can tell he's a youngster because us old folks, that's when the Satchel Paige quote comes in. Don't look back, someone might be gaining on you. But I love the fact that he said, my rating, I thought I was faster than that, essentially. Well, guess what? The ratings get updated each week. Juju, you will be an 89 starting next week. And by the way, your actual rating prior to, it was 88.
Yeah, you were a little off, but bottom line, don't look back, just fly forward. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Again, it's Crowell. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter down. It's a close game here early on. We're back to the Motor City after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
But we know one thing. Isaiah Crowell can run if given an opportunity. Had the longest run in the NFL in 2016. An 85-yard touchdown sprint, week 2 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as long. Didn't end in 6, but still a great gain. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Ezekiel Ansah in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On second down, Johnson. 31 yards there and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
From the red zone now, it's McCarron. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Higgins. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Here's a give to Crowell. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still first down.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that, because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then, because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was 0 space, no gain.
Holding, offense.
That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. 3-19.
After the penalty, it's Crowell. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. We're just 2 minutes away from sending you to Orlando for Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report, so don't forget about that coming up shortly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a halftime without him, and we thank him for doing the highlights. Let's go get a snack.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Working from the gun here, McCarron. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back.
Holding offense.
Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way, like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. 3-19.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
False start. Offense.
Joel Bitonio, one of the steals of the 14 draft, the culprit there.
Still 3rd down.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Now let's go.
A.J. McCarron looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Out is last year's Lou Grosso Award winner, rookie Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. On the return, Dwayne Washington. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So out now come the Lions. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On 1st and 10, Stafford. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. A good pickup there at 22.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down. Well, that will give us a second to discuss some trade news from this last week. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's headed east to west to San Francisco. Your thoughts?
Surprised. Big-time surprised, because many people thought that San Francisco was going to wait until next year and either draft a quarterback or pick someone up in free agency. Instead, they make the bold move here, getting Garoppolo. And I like it for San Francisco because they could have their quarterback of the future. They could tag him at the end of the year and keep him around for another year while they continue to evaluate. Or he could still be another trade for them down the road as they evaluate quarterbacks coming out of college next year. So many different things. But Jimmy Garoppolo looks like he'll get his chance now to be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And incomplete here on 3rd down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that
That's
answer.
cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Here's Sam Martin now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the Browns getting set to go. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. McCarron to throw on 2nd down. A little dump off for Crowell. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now McCarron, and this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. "47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return, and the Lions will take over." The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
First down, Stafford here. It's complete to Golden Tate. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action.
Stafford on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. That'll bring up second down.
Now we got a second. Let's peek back to the Thursday night game. Baltimore, Miami, 40-0. Baltimore, who stole the show for you?
The Cat. Because the game certainly did not, but the Cat did, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
That Cat gets on the field, what was it, third quarter of the game?
Yeah,
somewhere in that neighborhood? And I love the moves. Even though no one was really pursuing, he was letting you know, hey, if you try and catch me, I'll juke you left and right. And showed some good straight line speed, too, when he made a beeline over the sideline there. No doubt about it. It was definitely the Cat.
Dolphins could have used the Cat, but a little spooky a few days before Halloween with him running around the field.
It wasn't a black cat.
That's true.
Okay, so that helped a little bit. And I understand that Ravens employees have adopted the cat, named the cat Ray, short for Ravens. So what do you call that? A perfect ending.
The final shot before the break. Stafford to the right side to Eric Ebron. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So the pass goes awry there, but, boy, week 8 of the NFL, 3 passers, they did not have any throws go awry. That was Matthew Stafford, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson. All 3 were over 400 yards.
Yeah, absolutely scintillating in performances. The only downside for Matthew Stafford, didn't pay off in touchdown passes. He's the only player in NFL history to have two 400-yard games and no touchdown passes in them. Now, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, they rang the bell 4 times each throwing the football downfield. But what a day. 3 guys over 400. A lot of footballs in the air, a lot of excitement for us fans.
Yeah, but Watson and Wilson were going head-to-head. Stafford lost, so the 400-yard passers went 1 and 2.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right, does it? If you throw over 400 yards, you should get a W out of it.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Set. You 50.
Now Stafford hands to Abdullah. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now the offense facing a 3rd and 6.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pull it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They begin with a run by Crowell. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on third down.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
The Browns on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw, McCarron. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ricardo Lewis, 76 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
They start the drive with Abdullah. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I know it's a cliche, and coaches always talk about it's a team game. We need all 11 to win. But let's face it, Detroit really needs Amir Abdullah to have runs like that all season long.
Missed a lot of time with injuries, especially recently. Now, Theo Riddick wound up leading the Lions in rushing last year with just 357 yards. They go play action here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
2nd down following the run. They go with Abdullah again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And that is incomplete. Some pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they will take the lead at 13-10. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
McCarron now on 1st down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. That time they were looking for the former Auburn Tiger, Ricardo Lewis. And it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd down following the incompletion. McCarron. Over the middle, complete. That's Higgins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Browns on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go. 3-19.
From the gun, it's McCarron. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They fake the give. Now McCarron. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Now here's McCarron again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Higgins. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go. Green 39.
And again, it's McCarron. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
False start. Offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Ebron caught left side. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
On first down, it's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, too much oomph. Too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Throwing again. Stafford over the middle, and it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing again is Stafford. And that's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be taken at the 13. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football.
Green 39! Green 39!
McCarron on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Ziggy Ansah coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game.
Green 39!
Now McCarron throwing on second. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go.
Working from the gun here, McCarron. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now McCarron, he's got to have this one. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. It's a gain of 24 that time. And it's good enough for a Cleveland first down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First down, McCarron. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. To throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A gain of 32 that time. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still first down.
Here we go on 1st and 15. He's back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Higgins. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Back to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Higgins. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They'll look to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. And now it's 2nd down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And this seemingly endless drive continues.
Let's go!
Back to throw, McCarron. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jared Davis, the rookie from Florida. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Now McCarron. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Well, they've kind of got a situation here. Still 3 timeouts defensively, so maybe you try to run a play.
And if you do it as safe as possible. And I think maybe even quarterback sneak. Take care of the football and make sure that clock starts to run before they call the timeout.
We'll see what they do. And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Again, it's Abdullah. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. The Lions on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Riddick. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. To throw is McCarron. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it. And they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.